Marielle, as a newer FBA seller, even though it's been what, over a year?
Yeah.
All right. What are you doing to track your exact profit margins?
Why'd you ask me that question?
No, it's not something to be embarrassed about. Like, it's really tough. Everybody struggles with this.
I
Don't feel
don't.
bad about it. It's okay. I used to pay for this software called Fetcher that Jungle Scout offered, and then for no reason they just got rid of it. And ever since then, I literally kept doing my monthly income reports on YouTube for a couple months, and I realized it's way too much of a pain in the ass to keep doing these because Fetcher didn't exist anymore. And I was kind of like, you know what? I don't know what to do.
Why don't you create a program, Ryan?
Well, that's actually what we're talking about on this video. So we
Oh.
are going to be looking at, well, I know you have to go, but I wanted to show you Profit Cyclops.
Okay,
All right.
cool.
So they literally do exactly what I used to pay Fetcher to do, except they do more than that.
Okay.
But
I want to see.
yeah, it's really cool. I mean, I'll show you in a second, off camera, I guess, because I'm gonna have to do a slower paced tutorial. But it's really cool. I mean, at a minimum, it tracks your bottom line, so your profit and loss statements are all calculated for you. But here's the big thing: like, if you hired an accountant to do this manually, it just wouldn't work. But obviously, when you have software that integrates with Seller Central, like Profit Cyclops does, it pulls everything, all the fees, everything.
Now, could it also, like, for people that are creating products for FBA rather than just getting them, dropship from China into the FBA warehouse, will it help track, like, overall, like, from start to finish,
Yes.
my cost and loss, profit
I
and
don't.
loss for, like, raw materials, production runs? Like, can I put all of that stuff in there?
Yeah, it will, but like it's gonna take. It doesn't know like what you paid per product, and like it can't break
Well,
down
I
how
would have
much
to
you're
tell
paying
it.
for inbound shipping. Exactly. So you got to pay you got to input the product cost and the inbound shipping, which was basically the same for any software I've ever seen, and then it'll calculate your bottom line exactly.
Oh, very
And
cool.
it tracks like your storage fees, all these things that are kind of dynamic that can change. And then also like ties in your ad spend. So really cool. And guys, I'm going to show you a demo of that in this video. So let's get right to it. Quick reminder, I've got some free resources for you, all linked at the top of the description. I've got the weekly print on demand giveaway completely free. Got my 7-day Amazon FBA mini course that'll help get you started, delivered via email, 1 lesson a day. And I've got a great Amazon FBA Facebook group that I hope you'll check out. Now I'm going to show you the Profit Cyclops app in just a second, but I wanted to jump on over to Seller Central and show you that they are included in the App Store in Seller Central with a perfect 5-star rating. So that's just something to know. And if you do want to sign up, I'll of course link to it in the description so you can get started today. So the dashboard is just an intuitive dashboard. It's what most of us want to see. When I want to know how much profit I made, not just how many sales, because obviously depending on what you're selling on Amazon, your profit's going to vary pretty widely, and depending on how long you've been selling, because obviously when you launch a new product, you're most likely going to defer profitability. Whatever your percent profit is in that product, you're probably going to spend that plus maybe even a little bit more on ads. And they do have, in fact, an ACOS report, which I'll show you later on. That way, you can basically do everything you need to do. All the relevant information you can find inside Profit Cyclops. But here you can see your total sales. You can also adjust the timeline, by the way. So, we have today, you can do yesterday, 7 days, 30 days, 90 days, last year, etc. Total profit, you can see there, total orders and average order value. Down here, you can see last 24-month summary. You can download the P&L profit and loss report as well, but there's also a side or a tab for that on the dashboard, on the navigation on the left-hand side. But just wanted to show you that right when you log in, you get all the most pertinent information. If you're like me, you want to know exactly how much profit you made. You would want to check that probably every day. Also, just so you know, I mean, if you're not familiar with this, guys, like the number may change with time because some of the data lags out of Seller Central. So if you check your daily profit today and then you check back like 2 days later, it most likely will go down just a little bit because some of that data is, again, I don't even know which specific parts of the data, but some of it is lagging out of Seller Central. It could just be like advertising information, stuff like that. We know that's on a little bit of a delay. So next you can go to orders, and here you can see, I should zoom in, shouldn't I? At the top there, you can see your total revenue generated from the orders today, total cost, and again, you have your date range right here, total profit and number of sales. You can scroll down and see what's sold. Also, you see the add cost button here. That's a big one, okay? So whether you do it through your orders tab or there is an inventory tab, and I'm gonna open that up because this is honestly where you're gonna wanna go. After you sign up for Profit Cyclops, you integrate with Seller Central, it's gonna pull your inventory in, but it doesn't know how much you're paying your supplier per unit. So this is incredibly important information to have. It's why I harp on it and make such a big deal about it in my FBA course. I have a proprietary spreadsheet that I basically require you to use. I mean, I can't require you to use it, but like everybody that's ever gone through my course uses that spreadsheet because it has all of your exact margins in the spreadsheet, so that when you jump into Profit Cyclops, so you can get all your data in real time because it's integrated via API with Seller Central, you just literally are copy paste all the data, like all the product costs, etc. But you can go to your inventory tab. That's what I'd recommend doing, and input your costs just using the add cost buttons here. And that's what, without that, guys, it doesn't know how much you pay per unit to your supplier or for inbound shipping. So it's not going to have accurate information. So you're going to need to do that. It is a manual process. Oh, and I forgot to, let me pull that back up and mention that there is a bulk cost upload button up there in the top right. So if you just want to make a spreadsheet and upload all of your costs that way, that's probably the most time efficient, depending on how many SKUs you've got. So just wanted to point that out, that that's available. All right, so from here, again, you can drill down into all the orders. You've got the order IDs as well. You can click to find the products on Amazon. So that's, basically everything you would need. Obviously, like you can take these order ID, go to Seller Central, go to your orders tab and search for each order and find all the information on it there. So just wanted to point that out. The order summaries here. What's different about this page is that it shows you your last 15 days orders broken down by SKU, last 30 days, last 60 days. So it's great to see kind of momentum, and if you're slowing down, if you're speeding up, it's always great to have like different time frames selected, kind of similar to how if you trade the stock market or really any equities, like you can look at different time frames for each bar on the chart. So you can trade the minute chart, the 5-minute chart, the 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart, hourly chart, daily chart, weekly chart, monthly chart, right? Each time frame tells a different story, so it's good sometimes to zoom out. And I love that they actually offer this view. Profit and loss is exactly what it sounds like. It is your P&L statement, your profit and loss statement. The default is the last 12 months, which is probably what you're looking for, but you can also, maybe just switch it to custom and then do like all of 2021, or all of 2020, etc. And drill down into your numbers year over year. So that's extremely valuable to have. And it's crazy to me that Amazon doesn't have some native solution built into Seller Central, but who knows why they don't? It would make a lot of sense if they did, but they don't. So that's why we have Profit Cyclops. The Insights page is showing the top selling products here in the top section. So it's going to show your products with the most sales over the selected time frame. The default is last 30 days. And then scroll down, you can see your most profitable products as well. So what products are generating the most profit? It's not always going to be the exact same as the most, most sales equals most profit. Because again, some of your products, like you may be pumping a lot of ad spend into, and if you go to Amazon, you just see the sales that are generated when you go to your ad console, but it doesn't necessarily tell you, oh yeah, by the way, because Amazon doesn't ask, like, how much did you pay for this product? How much you pay the supplier, how much do you pay to import it? It's not going to know what your profit is. So it may see, hey, you're generating a bunch of sales here. Look at all the revenue you generated, but it doesn't know your profit. So here you get a nice quick glimpse into your best sellers and your most profitable. Then underneath their reports, okay, so here you can see just at a high level, it's almost like your dashboard in the sense that it's showing your sales, your orders, your profit margin, and your advertising statistics. But underneath each section, you can actually see links to specific reports. So it's almost like, hey, here's the bottom line for the selected time frame. But also, if you want to drill down into the report itself, you can go ahead and click that. So if I click the advertising cost of sales report, or ACOS, you'll see here a breakdown, and I should probably zoom in, and I should probably hide myself for a second. But you can see here, it's just grabbing your advertising console data, pulling it into Profit Cyclops where it's repackaged. And honestly, it's a much more intuitive layout and giving you everything, like all the relevant data. Because anybody who's been in advertising console, for some reason, they disable a bunch of the most relevant columns, and you have to go in there and manually enable columns like impressions. you know, like ACOS. You know, ACOS isn't visible by default. I don't know why they do that, but that's something that Amazon decided to change. All right, so you can see all of this relevant information in here. It's all directly imported into Profit Cyclops once you integrate with Seller Central. So that's really cool, really useful. Inventory. So here we've already checked out the inventory tab. It's going to pull in all your SKUs. You just need to add your costs, and then Profit Cyclops will get to working. Stock alert. This is really valuable, guys. So because Profit Cyclops can see not just what products you're selling, but how many units you're selling, okay? And there's a little bit of a bug where some of these images are like rendering too large on the page. But if you ignore that and look past that, the real takeaway from this page is that it has the information of like how many products you sold today, how many you sold yesterday, how many you sold last week, how many you sold the week before. What this is doing is painting a picture, and again, the more long-term time horizon gives a better, more accurate view of your sales velocity. When you have your actual real-time sales velocity, you can get accurate projections of when you need to restock inventory. Obviously, there's lead time involved. You need to talk to your supplier. They need to manufacture it. Then you need to ship it. So generally speaking, you're probably looking at like 60 to 70 days on average, right? 30 maybe to manufacture, 30 to import by sea. So you can go ahead and check the stock alert page, and you can actually edit the legend, by the way, to see, you know, you can change the criteria for if it's red, is it orange, is it yellow? All right. And it basically, when it says 5, 15, 30, it's referring to how many days until you are going to run out of inventory. So generally speaking, you probably want to be looking at like regular 60 days, okay? And if you see anything overstock 180, maybe it's time to go and, you know, run a coupon, increase your ad spend, apply for a lightning deal, stuff like that to help move some of that inventory, because yes, you are paying for, you know, the real estate in the Amazon warehouses. So this is a really valuable tab, guys. They have a snapshot page, which again is just allowing you to access more of this relevant information that's hard to find unless you're like really manually keeping tabs on it. I'm not sure that it's anywhere in Seller Central, even though Amazon does probably know the value of your inventory, but I don't know if they display that for you in aggregate anywhere. Because again, it's in real time. It's looking at your SKUs, looking at your inventory number, like how much you have in stock, and then just doing a multiple on what you're selling it for. So here in Snapshot, total products available like at Amazon, 15,457. This is just kind of real time. This is a demo account. Total inventory worth, total products, total inventory worth. So it's actually showing you over time there, the change over basically the span of almost a week. It looks like 6 days. So you can find that in the snapshot and kind of see, again, keep your finger on the pulse. What's the trend of you moving inventory looking like? Is it slowing down, speeding up, etc.? And also if you get, you know, shipments in, your number of products goes up, your inventory worth goes up, etc. But when you're doing accounting, you're trying to figure out where all that money went. That also can help right there. And then last but not least, there is a return report. This is another one of those things where if you're trying to manually calculate your profit, it is such a headache, because yeah, you have to factor in things like returns as well. Like in addition to all of these variable price elements, returns alone can really eat at your profit margin. And you're going to have to deduct all the costs associated with a product return. So that's just another thing that Profit Cyclops is going to do for you, and factor that right back into your bottom line when you come back over to your profit and loss statement. All those things are accounted for, guys. So that's really what I wanted to cover with regards to Profit Cyclops. I forgot to drop a couple nuggets of information, but Profit Cyclops has over 2,000 subscribers already, including 10 8-figure sellers and 1 9-figure seller. All right, that's 9-figure seller. That's absurd. I wish I could meet them and get them for an interview on this channel. That would be great. In addition to that, when they developed their advertising tool, they did it with, I believe they said, I gotta make sure that I'm not gonna say the wrong thing, but yeah, they developed it in collaboration with an advertising agency that specializes in Amazon advertising that does about $2 billion in annual ad spend on Amazon. Billion. Now, of course, I guess with Amazon, it's not that big of a deal because they make so much money. So many transactions go through that platform regularly. But I just had to shout that out, guys. Like, Profit Cyclops is the real deal. All right. And they really take development of their products seriously. So they'll work with you if you have feedback, suggestions, etc. They have an open line of communication, but just know that this is trusted by really successful sellers, and they're working with big agencies as well to make sure that their tool is polished. So guys, check it out. The link is in the description. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you liked this video, and I will see you soon with a new one.